I'm going to talk about a truth phenomenon. Phenomenon. It's quite a phenomenon. It's something I call the real Santa Claus. Claus in the contract sense of the word, because take the word Santa and it's an anagram of Satan. Now, why would they do that? Why would they make the primary caregiver of a child under the age of 7? Why would they make that person lie to that child? Most people don't remember how traumatic it was when they found out that Santa wasn't real and that everyone had been lying to them. I'm one of those lucky people. My dad told me when I was very young he wasn't real. I say lucky now. I wasn't lucky at the time, because when I was at kindergarten and I told the other children that Santa was rubbish and he was made up by adults to make people buy presents, I got rebuked. I got disliked for telling the truth. Things haven't changed much, really. I've always found that telling the truth got me into trouble. And it shouldn't be like that, should it? It shouldn't be like that. People are programmed to lie straight from the off. Now, this Santa Claus, it was the construct of it was to destroy the human psyche, to destroy people's personalities, just the destruction of the human race, really, to encourage people to lie, to make them think it's okay to lie. It's okay to tell a child about Santa, Satan. Really, it's really Satan. It's okay to tell a child about Santa. Oh, it's all great fun. Oh yeah, Christmas is really great fun. Because what happens at Christmas? Everybody overspends, overeats, overindulges, overimbibes. Children whose parents are poor become sultry and feel less than their peers who get everything they want, because their parents are prepared to sell their soul to get them that dolly for that Christmas, or that skateboard, or that train set, or you know the story. We all know the story. There's only so many. And then sometimes it got really ludicrous. I remember sometime in the 90s, one of my friends paying 3 times what the item cost in the store to buy it online, so that her child could get up on one particular day of the year and open her gift and have what she wanted. So that's what it's all about. Satan wants you to have exactly what you want, and be damned if you don't get it. And that's the thing. Most people don't get it, so they're damned. Sorry, I wasn't watching the screen now. It started with Santa and this big lie. And when you lie to a child like that, it closes down. When they discover the truth and they find out that the people who they love the most in the world, the people who care for them, provide for them, have lied to them. It's such a big deal. It's a really, 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 really big deal. To such an extent that it closes neural pathways down. They literally close. And depending on the personality of the child and depending on the strength of the child and the strength of the family, it has such an impact. And yet this impact goes unnoticed. It's silent impact because the child goes within themselves. And then, of course, as the child grows up, the child forgets. After the age of 7, your main program that you've been programmed with has been installed. I mean, how can you turn a Windows laptop into an Apple laptop? How can you go from Windows iOS to Mac iOS? Operating system. The operating system they install you with Santa. Oh, let's call it the Santa OS. Although it's the Satan OS. And that operating system you then conduct the rest of your life with. But that person you became is not the person you were born. That person is a construct of the satanic rule of the matrix, of the prison earth. Once you are indoctrinated with that one thing, Christmas, which isn't about Christ at all, not anymore. It's now about materialism, drunkenness, greed, all the Christmas contains every deadly sin. Every deadly sin. Yeah. The Christmas clause is you get downloaded with the Santa Satan or NASA minus T minus NASA operating system. And once they've got you with that one, they can continue on, they carry on. Once Santa's gone from your childhood, they then want you to believe in the tooth fairy. And then after the tooth fairy, you go to the next indoctrination centre, the school, where they teach you about the spinning ball. This is the system upgrade. This is where they really kick the power in and take you further and further away from God. If only you knew. it's so difficult to open those neural pathways again. For some people, it's nigh on impossible, especially those who are on the narcissistic bent. But I'd go as far as to say that every child indoctrinated with the Santa Claus has some sort of personality disorder caused by that corrupt installation. Yeah, completely corrupt. And then, of course, after they teach you the spinning ball lie, then there's the political lies and the governments. Govern means to control, ment means mentality. So they continue on controlling your mentality, controlling every aspect of your life, lying to you. Buy a house. It's your house. No, it's not your house. It's not your house. It's their house. You don't actually own it. You don't own the land. It's not yours. Buy a car. Well, the first one is buy a car. Oh, I've got a new car. No, you haven't. You are the registered keeper of that car, because you've got a piece of paper that says you are the registered keeper. It doesn't say you are the owner. If you were the owner, it would say you are the owner of this car. So next time you fill out one of those forms where it says registered keeper, you want to get a big Sharpie pen, cross out registered keeper and write owner. See what happens. And then, of course, if you're only the registered keeper of the vehicle and you don't actually own it, they can apply all their rules to you, like parking fines and just anything that they can do to you to ruin your day for doing 35 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour limit when there's no one around. Oh, bless my mother. I don't know how many speeding tickets she accumulated in her life. She came very close to losing her licence multiple times because she was doing 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. And she always used to laugh and say, it's a good job they didn't catch me earlier because I was slowing down. Anyway, that's my thoughts about Christmas, Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, spinning ball, indoctrination, schools, colleges, universities, and someone who went to school, if they left school early, they usually did, in my experience, all the people I know who left school early did better than those who stayed, because they got on the earning ladder and life ladder, street cred ladder, earlier than those that stayed in school. And then the ones that went to college, they're the ones that have now, they're completely indoctrinated Although it is possible to change their minds, to help them, to open up their neural pathways. But the university lot, they are, because and I think it's because they've been told they're so brilliant. They've been told they know everything. So why should they listen to anybody else? I don't bother. What's the point in listening to somebody else? There is no point, is there, for them? Because they know everything. And you can't change their mind. Because black is black and white is white. And that's what they were told. But they don't understand. They don't understand that they've lost their capacity for their own critical thinking. They've lost touch with themselves. The further you get into education, the further you get away from your own psyche, your persona, the person you were born. The further you get away from that person. I advocate spending more time on your own, not in cliques and crowds, because when you're in a clique or a crowd, you think with the clique, you think with the crowd. You might think something else, but they will indoctrinate you in the clique, in the crowd, to think the way they think. They want you to think the way they think. Like political parties. But the joke is with political parties, they're all the same. When I was 15 years old, I worked that out. I said to my mum, everybody votes every 4 years. Everybody votes, and they vote for change, and they vote for the manifesto of that party. I said, none of them ever do what they say they're going to do. They always do what the last lot did. I can't see the point of voting, so I actually never did. Oh, crazy. Everything's a foregone conclusion. They all decide. Everything is decided for you. You don't have to decide anything. They make you think. They make you think you're making a decision. You haven't made any decisions at all. Oh, look at this. Golden arches. Oh. And then they want to feed you crap. This is another way that they keep you indoctrinated. Because they poison your food, and they poison the air, and they poison the water. They put the silver mist in the air. Barium is Ba, aluminum is Al. You put barium and aluminum or aluminium together, and you've got Baal. Baal. And you think you live on a spinning ball, because that's what they want you to think. But that barium and aluminium keeps you dumbed down. That fluoride and chloride they poison you with, that keeps you dumbed down. They want you to use bleach and Dettol. Oh, they do push Dettol, don't they? It's got a sword on it. Sword. It's words. It's to stab you in the back. You'll always find the healthiest children are the ones that run around not washing their hands, sticking their fingers in their ear and singing ting-a-ling-a-loo, and then eating their dinner without washing their hands because they've been exposed to germs. There's a terrific George Carlin sketch where he talks about germs. You must look it up. George Carlin, germs. It's hysterically funny and true. It's so true. So, yeah, germs, plandemics. If anyone believes this monkeypox business, seriously, I just... or when it started to surface with this missing monkey and then monkeypox, and I was like, oh, whatever next. What have we had? We've had swine flu, bird flu, corona, monkeypox. What's next? Camel cough. Let's have a bit of camel cough. Oh, what's the matter with you? I've got camel cough. Oh, I think I'm going to die. Don't think so. No. Dolores Cannon, bless her heart, what a wonderful woman. I saw a video of her the other day. I mean, it's something that I already know, but it was nice to hear somebody else saying it. And she said that diseases don't exist. They only exist in your mind. Diseases are created by the self. They're created by all these lies, you know, this genetically transferred thing, where people say, oh, my mum died of breast cancer, so I'm going to die of breast cancer. Well, yeah, if you're going to say that, you're going to bring that upon yourself. You're going to manifest it. I've watched people manifest their deaths my entire life. My stepfather, he used to say, oh, I'm going to die when I'm 63 of cancer like my dad did. And when he was 63, he died of cancer like his dad did. I had another friend, she used to say, I'm going to be involved in a dreadful accident and that will be my demise. And she was. You couldn't have got a worse accident. She was run over 4 times by one car. He got her body stuck underneath and he went backwards and forwards over her because her body wouldn't release itself from underneath his car. And one of my friends was in the call centre when the call came out for this friend of mine who was run over. She told me, she said, Sally, they literally had to scrape her up off the floor. They scraped her up off the floor. They put her back together. For what? For her to kill herself 9 years later, on the same day that she got run over, because her body was so bad. Because she was in constant pain. Yeah, she survived. But she didn't. She lived in hell for 9 years. And then she couldn't take it anymore. So... but there were things that happened to her I don't even want to talk about. And she was in the hospital. You won't catch me going in a hospital. You won't catch me going in a doctor's. Doctors, this is another thing. Doctors are the most indoctrinated people. A lot of them don't even realise that the drugs they prescribe are killing the people that they're prescribing them for. They think they're doing good. wasn't it supposed to be first do no harm? If only they knew. That's exactly what they're doing. Every pharmaceutical drug that they prescribe is doing their client an injustice. Every single one. More or less. Gets me how people can't see what's going on. Gets me how their eyes are closed. It's because everybody's learnt to trust the reptiles. It's like that Jungle Book song where the snake is singing to Mowgli. Trust in me, trust in me. Go and watch that one. And when he talks about silver mist in that. He says about silver mist, and it's and then they rub it in your face. They were going to call the Rolls Royce one of the Rolls Royce. My dad told me this donkeys years ago. This must have been in the late 60s, 70s. They were going to call one of their vehicles the Silver Mist, and apparently they couldn't call it the Silver Mist because mist meant shit in German. But it's barium and aluminium. It's okay. It's only Bal. Bal's your mate. Bob's your uncle and Bal's your mate. Bal makes the world spin. I think they call them spin doctors. They're called spin doctors because they're liars. Someone who's a spin doctor is a liar. They spin you a yarn. They spin you a lie. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we first practice to deceive. Yeah. Well, that should be written on every rope. Every rope, on every gallows, on every guillotine. Yeah, that needs to be written there. So, that's I can't think of anything else to say now, so I'm going to go and have my breakfast. And I'll leave you with the thoughts of the Santa Claus and what operating system were you installed with? Which one did you come with? And do you want to change that operating system? You can. It's possible. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. God bless you. Thank you for listening.